What's up everyone, it's Boris, new video, and in this video I would like to give you my advices about how to shoot photo shoot portraits in sunrise or sunset, as it said, golden hour. Let's talk. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel, very glad you're here. Don't be worried to subscribe to the channel, don't be worried to ask the questions in the comments below, and of course you can buy me a coffee if you would like to support what I'm doing. Today I would like to talk about golden hour. This is the, let's say, 1 hour part when the sunrise is starting, and also 1 hour before the sunset. Almost like every single period of time in your country it can be a little bit different, and so on and so on, but it's a very short period of time of a very soft and very straight light. It's basically when the light goes or falls behind the horizon and goes straight to it. The golden hour, when the sunset is, it's very like yellowish, of course depends on the location, but it's like yellowish, very soft but also very straightforward light, beautiful sceneries, long shadows, and so on. And sunrise, it's like we're soft, mysterious, very bright, very nice, also long shadows, and so on. Of course this is physics, right, with the long shadows. The thing is, I want to give you my advices, what I've learned, because for sure some of you or most of you or lots of you are not professional photographers who knows everything. Lots of you are on the start of your careers, or you're just doing it as a hobby and you would like to know some advices which you maybe missed, or maybe you're repeating, or maybe you just need to hear them, because I'm telling you from my perspective, I would do everything to know some of those or all of them from some video like this. So let's do this. First one. Always mind your shadow. Maybe this sounds a little bit ridiculous, right? Like, why? Like, this is like obvious, but trust me, and you will do this mistake, or maybe you won't, but I did it a million times, so that's why I'm putting it the first on the list. Because especially in the beginnings, I was doing the mistake that I saw the model, I was focusing on the model, I saw the face, I saw the posture, I saw everything, and I was shooting, you know, I was like, oh my god, this is brilliant, and then I found out that there is a shade on her body or his body or somewhere in the picture, you know. I was like, no, such amazing shots, and I could, like, you know, throw like 100 200 pictures just like that, you know, because you cannot use them. Of course sometimes you can crop them whatsoever, but it's not what you want. I don't know if you're the cropping type of photographer, but I'm trying to shoot everything already in the crop I want, you know. I'm also using the grid and so on to kind of help me with the manipulation of the angle of the camera and so on. But anyway, this was a big mistake of mine. I'm still kind of doing it sometimes, but now I'm very aware of it. This is something you need to learn, but if you hear it now, maybe you will be aware a little bit more than I ever was, and you will figure out. It was like, okay, Jan told us, mind your own shadow. So mind your own shadow, and let's go to number 2. If this is a problem, use the control light. Like, shooting in the direct light, you know, long shadows, everything just falls on you. It creates also a magical moments from the opposite side, because you can place the sun behind the back or head or hands of your main character, your model, and you can use it as an amazing advantage to create something very special, magical, spectacular, dancey movie. Whatever you can create, you can use the control light, because it creates this amazing atmosphere, halo behind your subjects. It hides behind, it creates the mystery. There is only one thing you should be aware of if you want to shoot for black and white photography, which gives you much more space, especially with skin tones, what you can do. But if you do a color photography, which most of you probably do, you must be very careful that the difference between the contra light and then the core light for it, it's not too different. Like, you don't want your subject to be completely hidden in dark if you want to endorse her or his skin color, the skin tones. Because if you don't, if you have the big shade on your character from front and then the big contra light, and it's not a complete one, you can only create a silhouette, or you will create the face very grayish. It will shatter the colors. This is the only thing. Like, you be very careful about this, because there is only partial information in those shades. Not all the cameras has this crazy dynamic range, and even non-camera nowadays has such a dynamic range to recover all the shades, colors, to have the skin tones somehow matching, so the subjects can feel them a little bit as zombies or dead in the face. So be careful about it, or use the tip number 3. use bounce, use reflection. Reflection of light is one of the biggest instruments you can use in photography. Like all the photography after all, or filmmaking also, is about light. Play with light and dark, and this is one big thing. If you will master this advantage, of course you probably will be one-man army, so no other assistant, nobody who will wear the reflection desk or the black desk or something which will help you with mastering the light from different angle, or put it the way you want, or block it from the way you want, the best way. So everything what you're gonna do, it will be you and you and you only, and the subject. And the thing, how can you use the bounce? Just, you know, follow the environment around you, especially in your, if you're in urban area, you have many advantages to see where the light goes and where it reflects from the other angle. It's sometimes it's visible, sometimes it's visible barely, but you can use a trick. Like normally you have had a hand like this. If you put it into the light, you can see it's lit up a little bit, so you can see the magical difference between those two environments, and you can exactly see where your subject is, because the light will be mostly very soft, much more softer than the direct light. So you can use it, and it can help you in the way also when there is a contra light and this light can lighten up the face, but also it can help you to get this spark into the eye. It can help you to be more motivated to shoot in the areas where there is no direct light, even though this golden hour affects basically everything. So even those reflections are beautiful. Watch for the windows reflections. The golden light reflects from the window. Oh my god, it looks amazing, and it creates a space among the space where you won't expect it, because it creates some spectacular angle which really worth searching for. And this leads me to another tip. Become a shadow hunter. Yes, it feels like from some video game, but trust me, this is like something I basically enjoy a lot, like really a lot. And this is tracing the shadows, because they create completely brutal, contrasty spaces in other spaces. They recreate the areas, they recreate the possibilities. You can use shades creatively, and in the golden hour especially, because every shadow, it's very dark because it's lit up completely, it's long. You can use them as a playground for your artistic choices. For example, I'm using it a lot in the framing of the subjects. I'm using it a lot as the subjects are trying to match with the shades. Split them a little bit, you know, to give this a different choices, different possibilities. Not everything must be affected by the direct light or the light from behind. Like use this like you would painting a masterpiece, you know. Use the shadows, search for them, search for the areas where they are very different contrast, like bright and dark, because they will help you to achieve things which you maybe don't see. And sooner you will achieve to see those things, more creative possibilities you will get, and less stress will you also feel, because you will always find a solution. You always find a solution, always. This is the mindset you need to achieve, and I'm repeating this in my videos from the various angles, but the thing is that in here it's extremely important. You need to find solution for everything. So you hunt for the shadows, you hunt for the bounce, you hunt for the direct light, you hunt for the specific pose, but never thrive on one thing and one thing only. It can happen that your model wouldn't be able to do the perfect position you would imagine, or look directly into the light. Even you can say like, okay, 1, 2, 3, do this. It can be discomfortable, and if you will repeat it and you will do it, first of all, you're losing time. You cannot afford it, but you need to figure out what fits your model the best, and sometimes those fits are different than your own fits, but make the model feel comfortable. For this, you must be completely solution driven. You must be always the person who finds a solution. If this angle doesn't work, if this environment doesn't work, go somewhere else. Do it. Just do it like nothing is happening. Like, don't be stressed about it, because everything has much more angles of view than just one. There is always more than one solution. There is always a solution for anything. Don't be stressed about it that you need to do this. Even though if your subject tells you, I want you to do this because I saw it on some pictures, like, okay, let's try this way, let's try this way, let's try it this way. You will see that if they will see an effort, if they will see that you're not stressed at all, that you always are finding solution instead of creating problems or finding problems, you're winning everything, because they will feel comfortable and they will recommend you further. Last tip. Don't waste your time. No, don't waste time in general. Like, you have maximum 1 hour of golden hour. Of course, then you can shoot in different environment whatsoever, but if you want to shoot in this hour, you need to rush. You cannot wait on one place. You cannot really do so many, like, let's do it this way, like, shoot fast, use your camera on your limits, shoot fast, shoot a lot of pictures. Every camera nowadays mirrorless can do really shoot very, very fast. Do it. It's not a mistake. You don't have a time to do mistakes, and you don't have, and especially now when the winter is coming, you will not have so many opportunities of sunny days to do what you want to do, and then there is no coming back. So shoot fast, walk fast, find solution fast, be very aware of time. Like, my normal photo shooting, portrait photo shooting with one person lasts around half an hour, and I can switch in half an hour 3-4 environments. It can also last, like, the bigger one, 1 hour, 2 hours, but then depends how many pictures, how many dress we want to choose. But if you know your limitations, for example, the time frame you need to shoot with, be aware of also about that. You need to not rush things up. You don't make this feel as rush up, but do what you want. You have 10 amazing pictures in series of 1000 or 500. Go further. Like, don't stand on one point, especially when the environment is changing crazy, the shadows changing crazy, and you really need to move with the shadow also, or at least you're changing the atmosphere completely. So you'll be pity you're not wasting it. So don't waste the time, and you'll see this will worth it if you combine all what I previously said. And I said it from my own perspective, what advices I would really like to have get understood, or at least think about it. This is my practice. This is how I learned myself. I'm giving this to you, so I really hope you enjoy it, you like it. Write me in the comments below if this might help you, or if you have something else to add to this. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and if you want to support me, you can buy my presets on Buy Me a Coffee, or just buy me a coffee just like that. I like coffees actually. So thank you very much. See you next time.